Hey guys, so today I'm really excited to be filming this video because I've been promising it for a long time, ever since I filmed the drugstore mascara version of this. So this is all of my favorite mascaras that are a little more high-end. I am obsessed with mascaras, and over the years I've probably tried them all. Like, I'm not even kidding, I'm obsessed with mascara. I've got some really good ones to share with you all, and it's funny because the drugstore version was very, very easy to film. This one required a little more thought because there are so many great high-end ones that I like. The drugstore ones were just very like boom, boom, boom. I know exactly what I like from there, you know, but these were a little more difficult because there are so many great high-end ones, and I really wanted to narrow it down to the very, very best. So here we go. I feel like it's awkward having my hair straight. I keep looking at I haven't worn it straight in a really long time. I'm trying not to curl it as much, at least until I get it done again, because I'm trying to keep it really healthy. And I'm about to do something sort of dramatic to it. It might go in phases, so it may not be as dramatic off the bat, but I'm really excited. So yeah, I don't know why I'm talking about that. This is a mascara video. Also, thank you guys so much for all the sweet birthday messages. Seriously, every single year you guys blow me away with all of the sweet birthday love, and I appreciate it so much. It really brightens my day and makes me feel special. I got this beautiful watch. I'm not gonna show you everything I got because this is a mascara video. I keep having to remind myself that. I feel like I just want to talk to you guys about random things right now though. But Brad, my husband, got me this watch. Isn't it beautiful? I love the chunky chain detail. It's by Michael Kors, and it's just perfect. He did really good. You probably already saw that on Instagram though. I showed the things that I got and stuff like that, so follow me on Instagram. Everyone should do that. It's really fun. I do it like every day, multiple times a day. It's great. Yeah, so let's jump right into the mascara before this video becomes half of an update video and we don't even get to the mascara. Alright, so first I'm going to go ahead and mention probably my favorite high-end mascara of all time. That's scary to say because I might find a really good one later. But the Giorgio Armani Eyes to Kill, just the original formula, and I use, I can't tell what the shade is, but it's just the black, #1. I don't know the exact shade name. But I really love this stuff. The brush is really, really perfect. It almost has, like, it defines like that of a plastic brush, but I love how, I don't know, it's not a plastic brush though. It really gives you a ton of volume. It makes your lashes look super dramatic and lengthened. It's just amazing. The only bad thing is I find that as I use it, my mother-in-law uses this too, and I was telling her about this and she said the same thing. It kind of like doesn't, after you use it for a while, it stops like turning all the way. So I feel like it kind of makes it dry out faster. I need to get another one. This one is like done. Like, I literally pulled it out of the trash can to show you. It's a clean trash can. It's just the one under here for like makeup-y stuff. But yeah, so that's gonna go back in the trash. Next is a mascara that if you guys have been watching my videos over these past 5 years, you have heard about me talk about often a long time ago. Not so much recently, but I have been wearing it recently and I've sort of fallen in love with it again. I'm wearing it today. It is the MAC Plush Lash. It's in this little soft, you know, small tube. It's a very little tube. See, like, this is the Armani. It's very small. But I really love it. It's funny because the wand is so short. It's hard to get used to when you haven't used it in a while. But I love the brush. It is a very volumizing brush and it's very unique. It's sort of flat on the sides and then the brushes or the bristles sort of stick out from both sides. So I really love it. The formula really gives you natural looking volume, which is what I love. I love my lashes to look really dramatic and volumized, but in a natural sort of soft way. I don't like the whole like spidery look, which my lashes can go from like looking natural to spidery in like 2.5 seconds because they're really long. So I feel like while my lashes are really good and everyone always says, well, you know, any mascara would work with you. Yeah, I mean, it's true. Like they will look good with a lot of different kinds of mascaras. However, I can tell really what the mascaras do. If it's gonna look clumpy, it's gonna look clumpy on me really fast. If it flakes, it's gonna flake a lot on me because there's a lot of it. So I feel like I can really tell what they're gonna do. I hope that makes sense. It makes total sense to me. But Next is the Benefit They're Real. I've talked about this in the past as well, and I believe I had a whole video dedicated to this stuff. This is a new tube of it, or a newer tube. But what I love about this is that it's not technically a waterproof formula, which I'm usually not a fan of waterproof mascaras. I don't curl my lashes. A lot of people like the waterproof formulas because it will hold curl a little better. So that's great, and I believe the Armani Eyes to Kill has a waterproof. Pretty much you can find waterproof versions of most things. So my point is that it's not a waterproof mascara technically. It washes off and everything fairly easily, but it's very long wearing, and you can really tell that throughout the day. There's not going to be any like flakes on your face, and I find that to be the case with all of these. I'm really picky about mascaras, and I'm not going to, you know, some of them will really flake and then some of them won't. So these are all good ones that don't flake, but when you go to remove it at the end of the day, it is a little bit more difficult to remove. Nothing like that of a waterproof, but it is a little more difficult to remove. So you can really tell how long wearing it is. And this one does have a rubbery brush. You can see it's a very, very short rubbery bristles, which that's what I like in a rubbery brush. I like very thin, short rubbery bristles. It really gives you the volume. It really applies the color quickly. And I just love this stuff. It just really looks great on my lashes, and the long wearing part is what makes it unique. But I think that stuff would hold curl better than just a regular mascara that's not waterproof. But if you didn't want to go waterproof, but you wanted something that held curl a little better, then I would do this. I have tried most of the Lancome mascaras, and I don't have the one that I really love, although I will tell you all about it. But I do have this one, which runs a close second. This is the Lancome Hypnos Star. I've had this for a very long time, and I've talked about it a lot, and this tube is sort of on its way out too, and I saved it just so I could show you it in the video. But I love the packaging. It's really pretty, although it does have no sparkle to it whatsoever. But I love the brush. It's very fat up top, and then it kind of tapers down. So when you put it against your lashes, it sort of applies the most to this outer and sort of lifts it. I love the brush. I think it's a really fun brush, and it's sort of like the MAC Plush Lash in that it sort of has a wide part and then it has a flat part. So you can use the flat part to sort of really pack on the product, and then you can kind of comb through it with the poofy part. But this is really great stuff. It's very volumizing and lengthening again, and like I said, it does run a close second to the one by Lancome that I really like, which wouldn't necessarily be one that I would look at and think, wow, I'm going to really like that, because most of the mascaras I love are ones that have larger brushes or have the brushes that are sort of really dense that give you a lot of volume. So it was kind of shocking when I liked this one by Lancome. It is called the Deficils Precious Cells. And back in the day, I have showed you guys that when it came out, and I was loving it, and I went through a bunch of different tubes of it, and I want to get another one, but I just didn't run out and buy one just for this video. But the brush is really small and honestly doesn't look like a very good brush at all, but it really gives your lashes a lot of product. Like, it puts a lot on there, but then it sort of sweeps through and combs them through in a way that gives them some volume that looks natural. And it has really good ingredients in it, so I love that one too. Next is the MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash Tongue Twister. And they do have a regular Extended Play that looks like this too that I've used that I find is very similar to this. So either one is great. But what's funny about this is that it's just like the Lancome Deficils Precious Cells that I mentioned a moment ago, where it would not be one that I would ever look at and say, yeah, let me get that. This one I actually tried and didn't really expect to like, but it's really great. Look how tiny the brush is. Like, it's really, really small and thin, but I like it because it's a really long brush, so it really gets, you know, from the corner to the corner. Like, you can really cover a lot. But I do think this is a really good, like, all-around mascara. It's lengthening, it's volumizing, and if you have really small eyes, this brush would be great. If you have larger eyes and larger lashes like I do, then this would work great too. So I think this would be a great one that I would recommend to anyone. It's just really, really a nice mascara, and the brush is very small and unique. So, and it's just so tiny. Like, look at it. I'm comparing everything to this Armani Eyes to Kill, but it's very tiny and lightweight. And I love the blue. It's really pretty. And then, of course, the Chanel Volume de Chanel. Is that what it's called? The Volume de Chanel. Whatever. It's really great, and it's been one of my favorites as of late. It has a very rubbery brush that has the shortest bristles on a rubbery brush I've ever seen. I love that it's super dramatic and the formula is like I said, it's super dramatic. It's going to give you like a lot of length and volume at the same time, but you can really go overboard with it very quickly, so you've got to be careful because sometimes if you keep working with it, like I have a tendency to, it can make your lashes look spidery because it is a very wet formula. But I found that it got a lot better after like week 2 of using it because it got a little bit dried out. It will last for a very long time, but it's much better after you use it for a while. So give it a chance. If you use it the first time and you think, wow, this is just too much, it's too wet, it's just looking a little spidery, give it another few weeks because at first I wasn't completely sold on it, but now I love it. It is a little more expensive, so I'm gonna cringe when I get the urge to repurchase this, but like I said, my drugstore top mascara video, a version of this one. It's good to have some drugstore versions as well so that you don't feel like you have to run out and buy these expensive ones over again. And then finally, the lash primer that I love. I don't use lash primers all the time, mostly just because I don't remember to, but I really like this one by Tarte. It is the Tarte Multiply Lash Primer. These are nice because it sort of beefs up your lashes a little bit, especially if you have smaller ones. If I really wanted a super dramatic look, I would go for something like this. But some people really find that these are great for every day if you have a lot, you know, shorter lashes or something. But just a very typical mascara brush. It's a white product. It's going to go on nice without looking so white and clumpy like I've found some primers to be. It's almost like difficult to cover up the white for me sometimes. But this one goes on almost a little clear white, which is really great, and I find that a lot of lash primers should go on more clear anyways, to sort of beef them up without having to cover up the white. So I really like this one. It's not clumpy, and it's supposed to be good for your lashes. It says it's a clinically proven lash enhancing primer, so very good stuff. If you have to wear a lash primer, I would say this is a really good one to try because it does good things for your lashes too. As for colored mascaras, I did mention some, or one, in the other video. For the drugstore. I don't have any favorite colorful ones that are higher end just because I find that the colorful mascaras are not mascaras that you use every day. They're going to be things that you're going to use here and there. So why keep one for a very long time if they're expensive and you may only get a couple of uses out of it before it dries out? So I like to just get cheaper ones like that. The Maybelline Great Lash has some, I had to look at what it was called on my clear brow gel. I mentioned this in that one too. This is becoming like, I'm talking about drugstore ones now. But anyways, for colorful ones, I would go for more of like that kind of thing, like that are a little cheaper because, like I said, just don't spend a lot on those. It's silly. Unless if you like wear blue mascara every single day and you really need a great one. But that is it. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. As always, you can go on over to my blog, which is linked below. I will have photos and a list of every single one mentioned in the video. So I hope that you guys enjoyed the video and that you've had a great week so far. Again, thank you guys so much for all of the birthday wishes and all of the sweetness. I just love you guys. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will talk to you all very, very soon. Bye. Just like slung that in my face. Bye.